Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre announced a flexible funding approach for Saint Lucia's critical northern road network. Due to prolonged international loan delays, the government initially pivoted to domestic funds to accelerate key expansion projects. Officials emphasize this move ensures both faster progress and fiscal transparency through detailed public reporting. Just days before this announcement, however, the administration secured $33 million in new financing from the Kuwait and OPEC funds, confirming the vital Northern Highway expansion will proceed. Aides characterize Pierre's action as a proactive strategy that both relieves traffic gridlock and finally resolves the infrastructure agreement dating back to 2015-2016 period when Dr. Kenny Anthony was at the helm.
Well, these loans are coming a few years too late. As you know, the Kuwait and CAFEN had already approved these loans. This loan for the expansion of the highway. A document was prepared. The loan had been approved by KFED. When the government changed in 2016, the government that came into power cancelled the loan. That loan from KFED had already been organized, had already been approved by KFED. In fact, what was supposed to happen was within that loan, the bypass roads in the country, the bypass roads going through what's happening now, the bypass roads would have been improved and expanded.
By relocating funds internally, the incumbent explains it aims to complete the $24 million highway project, blending local resources with targeted borrowing to minimize economic disruptions. The recent $13 million agreement with the Kuwait government will transform a 3-kilometer stretch from the Corinth Moshi to Groseley Junction.
Right now, we are financing through local sources, local revenue, and part local revenue, part loan financing for what's happening now. In terms of the VSUK road expansion, that comes to $24 million. We are financing from that. And again, we're going to be telling the public exactly where the $1.50 went, in what road, exactly where it went. We're not going to have generic statements, it went to road construction. We're going to show to the public that part of the 150 that was imposed by the last government, which we kept, we're going to be showing the public exactly what road it went to. In that case, part of it is going into the VSUK expansion. The other part is going to be loan financing.
The $20 million OPEC fund deal is allocated to widen roads from the Shock Bridge to the Marisil Junction, specifically by adding a roundabout and installing climate-resilient drains to mitigate severe flooding risks. This hybrid funding model is part of a broader strategy to counteract inflationary pressures and ensure public oversight, with the administration pledging to disclose specific financial allocations rather than broad summaries. Prime Minister Pierre continues to lament what he perceives as 10 years of lost time in addressing northern traffic congestion since the original deal was scrapped by the Alain Chastanet administration.
So in this regard, we hope that we will be taking some of the traffic away from the highway, the Groseley Highway, and taking it in the VSUK road. So the congestion will stop. Even when the highway is completed, the congestion will stop because that road would take a lot of that traffic. Many people don't take that road because of its size, so we're expanding it. In terms of the physical activities happening on the ground physically, the consultants are there. They are now reviewing, because I want to make it clear to you members of the press, these plans were there from 2015. An entire feasibility was done. An entire feasibility, a plan they were there from 2015. Now, the Consultants are on the ground as we speak reviewing these plans because traffic trends have changed, populations have changed, more cars are on the road.
Prime Minister Pierre explains that the administration aims to leverage verifiable outcomes and data to starkly contrast his government's progress with prior administrations' unfulfilled pledges. Aides say the new international agreements signed recently in Washington, D.C. confirm a massive commitment to overhauling the congested Northern Corridor, St. Lucia's primary economic and residential hub.